Welcome to today's episode of the Simply Financial Podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Calandra. Want to increase your financial IQ with today's episode, which is a provision that came about in the Secure Act 2.0 that was passed in December 2022. Please note in season 7, episode 6 of the Simply Financial Podcast series, I did an episode on the Secure Act 2.0, although I didn't talk about this provision. This provision I want to talk about allows you to use unused 529 plan money that was set aside with the intention of being used for college typically. Unused 529 plan money can now be moved to Roth IRAs beginning in 2024. So as a backdrop, it's important to understand that the government seems to want to make the 529 plan more friendly with more flexibility. And on a regular basis, there are provisions being added to make it more user-friendly. Originally, when the 529 plan came into existence, you couldn't use it for private school or school before college, but now you could do that up to $10,000. Before, you couldn't use it for a variety of different reasons. All of this has kind of gotten liberalized over the years. And this 529 plan money to Roth is the newest, latest version. And it's really pretty neat. It's not going to be applicable for everybody. Not everybody is really going to be able to use this provision, but in the right situations, right families, it could be a really powerful strategy to use. So as you might expect, there are some rules to allow you to move 529 plan money to a Roth. So let's talk about the rules. There is some complexity here, so I'm just meant to do an overview for you to kind of give you a taste of the provision. But if it's something that you wanted to entertain and plan around, you probably want to do a deeper dive. You could go to our website, elliottwealth.com, and sign up for a consultation and we could discuss it. Or you could give us a call, shoot us an email, and we could dig into your personal situation. But generically, the rules are you could do up to $35,000. That's the most you could transfer. Is $35,000. What is neat about this is that it's not subject to the normal Roth IRA income limitations. Typically, when you are looking at making a Roth IRA contribution, if you make too much money, you are ineligible to do a Roth IRA. In this instance, the income limitations are not in effect. So that's pretty attractive. Again, in the right situation, could be a neat provision. Up to $35,000 can be transferred. That is over the lifetime, not per year. The second rule I wanted to share with you is that you can do this as the account owner or the beneficiary. If you're familiar with a 529 plan, you have an account owner. Typically, that's a parent or grandparent, although it could be aunt, uncle, what have you. And a beneficiary, which is typically the child, the minor child that the money is being set aside to benefit. Either the account owner or the beneficiary is eligible to have the money move to the Roth IRA. Number 3 is you must have had the 529 plan for 15 years. So they do not want to have this be a short-term planning strategy. It needs to be a long-term strategy or not a strategy at all and just something that kind of happens because the child maybe gets scholarships, spends less than was set aside for, that kind of thing. So must have had the plan for 15 years. That's the third rule I wanted to share with you. The fourth rule is that you can't make contributions or have earnings on contributions for the last 5 years. Any contributions or earnings on those contributions can't be moved to the Roth IRA. So there's kind of a 5-year rule. And the last rule I wanted to share with you is that transfers are subject to the annual Roth IRA contribution limit. So currently, if you're under the age of 50, you could contribute $6,500 to a Roth IRA. You could do $7,500 if you're over the age of 50. So you have the $35,000 limit. You can't do it all at once, though. You'd have to do it incrementally up to the $35,000, adhering to the annual Roth IRA contribution limits. Another complicating factor here is that you do need earned income. So if you're a parent or grandparent and you want to convert this money or transfer the money from a 529 plan to a Roth, you may not be able to if you're not still working, not still earning income. Originally, I thought this would be neat for grandparents who could get money into their Roth IRA and perhaps overfund 529 plans for that purpose. But that seems to be more difficult with this provision of needing earned income. So those are kind of the basics. I hope you found this information to be beneficial. Like some episodes, this is somewhat narrow. Not everybody will be able to use this, but I think it's a good educational piece of information. And it is the type of thing that the team and I here at Elliott Wealth Management keep up on in our research and monitoring of rules and legislation and regulatory outcomes. So I hope you found the information to be beneficial. I'll be back with you on the next episode of the Simply Financial podcast very soon. Thanks for listening today.
The views expressed are not necessarily the opinion of SagePoint Financial Incorporated and should not be construed directly or indirectly as an offer to buy or sell any securities mentioned herein. Investing is subject to risks, including loss of principal invested. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. No strategy can assure a profit nor protect against loss. Please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon when coordinated with individual professional advice. Please note, the information being provided is strictly as a courtesy. When you link to any of the websites provided here, you are leaving this website. We make no representation as to the completeness or accuracy of the information provided at these websites, nor is the company liable for any direct or indirect technical or system issues or any consequences arising out of your access to your use of third-party technologies, websites, information, and programs made available through this website. When you access one of these websites, you are leaving our website and assume total responsibility and risk for your use of the websites you are linking to. Securities and advisory services are offered through SagePoint Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Elliott Wealth Management, LLC, not affiliated with SagePoint Financial.